If you want an evidence, you can keep an evidence to show your family or whatever you want to do with the evidence. But taking a video going on social media, and at the end of it, she lost the child. And when I saw the whole dynamics surrounding the issue, I felt like you didn't have to go online. You didn't have to tell the world. It's like saying, come, oh, I'm inviting the whole world to, I felt that way that are they not elders in your family? Are they not people that could, your parents, the man's parents that could sit and iron whatever it is? Let both any party who is wrong should know that this thing he or she has done is wrong. And
If there is a change in our perspective, we know we always bring up this fact that as life goes and we get more civilized and we get more used to life as new things comes up, technology is increasing, civilization is increasing. There are some ideas that they have, our parents have, that will not really play
yeah,
out presently in
yeah,
marriages and
yeah.
relationships. And so we know, have it at the back of your mind, let your reaction not be a reaction that will breed trouble.
Mm,
You know at the back of your mind that whatever she's saying is coming from a place of care.
mm.
As long as she's not coming up front to you with fight. She made a comment, attend to the comment with a lot of grace and meekness. Be humble, be respectful. Okay? And that way you can avert problems that are supposed to come up.
Hi guys, welcome to this beautiful section, and we'll be talking about building a beautiful relationship with your in-laws. Right here, I have a fan with me.
Hello, guys. Good to see you again today.
Okay, so my name remains Itoa Esther Benjamin Emmanuel, and the Benjamin Emmanuel comes from
Me.
okay.
I'm Benjamin Emmanuel.
So whenever you talk about in-laws, it's a problem. Now I'm gonna give you a backstory. One time, say story. One time I had gone to the market to get meat. I think I went to get beef that day, and I had my daughter on my back. It was at Obori Coco Market in Warri here. And I remember it was chaotic. The line where they were selling meat, every single person they were fighting. And I wanted to know what the story, was the background story. So the woman who was selling meat to me was like, did you hear what that man said? I was like, what happened? She said, the man said he was going to, when he gets the first car, when he gets another car, the first person to get that car for will be his wife instead of his mother.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not even joking. Like, when you see things on TikTok, you ask people questions, you think, oh, it's TikTok. I literally saw it with my eyes. And the woman said, over a dead body, with a child that she had suffered to train, buy the wife a car before buying her.
Wonderful.
She even went as far as saying that over, like, the girl should be ready to die. I'm like, Ewo, as it got into that point, and I think she was trying to get support from me. Maybe because she saw me back in the child and she wanted me to be like, and she said to me that as a woman, this your child now that you are suffering, you're carrying your child, you're tying her in the back. Tomorrow now the child will now go and do something first for the husband before doing for you. And I asked and I told her, I said, if you ask my mother-in-law before her and Esther, who should Benjamin get a car for? My mother-in-law would tell you, buy for Esther first. Because why? She'll tell you she's her husband's responsibility and I am her son's responsibility. The woman, first of all, just froze for a while. And then the next thing she said was, maybe because you're a good person to your mother in law. And I looked at her and I said, You are your husband's responsibility. Let's see whether you made a mistake marrying the wrong man. It is your concern. You are your husband's responsibility. You should not cause and things like this you see it online. People say a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law who should sit in the front seat. When your mother comes and your mother-in-law comes and there is one meat in the pot, who should eat the meat? Things that I would wonder what kind of competition problem. What is all this about? It's supposed to be like two families becoming one, and one child's burden is everyone's, burden. And he reminds me of Ruth and Naomi in the Bible. The kind of friendship that they had was more than that of a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. It's a
Yes,
perfect example
spite
because
of the
even when the
challenges.
son had gone, it was time to say bye, I'm done with your family, but she still followed. There was something right that was done that would make a daughter in law say, you know what, I'm following you, mama, till the end. And so it brings me to the fact that in-laws, I know some in-laws can be very difficult. I know some in-laws can be very traumatic. But as Christians, I also expect that there is a way that God will expect us to live at peace with all men. Whether you're living with them closely, whether you're living with them from afar, but be able to live at peace with all men. Because at the end of the day, it is wisdom that builds a house.
Yeah, that's true, and it's something that we need to take seriously.
Yeah.
I really am so skeptical about topics like this because we need to know where the issues are coming from.
Okay.
Uh, I don't want to believe anybody wants to get married to a home where they will have issues with in-laws.
Yeah.
There's nobody that would want that. But then what we see in the world these days is that when a young girl is talking about marriage, it must be a topic of see, my mother-in-law, I know you're fit for all those kind of things.
Yes.
They're already bringing up, they're already coming
That energy.
full force with the fight first before
Yes.
anything comes up. And we have mothers that feel like when a daughter comes in, daughter is trying to come and take their son
Away
away
from
from
them.
them.
Oh.
So there is a tension where the daughter-in-law is already feeling like um I'm going to get interference from my mother-in-law in my marriage and the way I want to do things.
Yeah.
And there is another one from the mother-in-law side feeling like, okay, my son is going to go, have someone else is looking at.
Yes.
After everything I've done, I will not give attention to me anymore. But the truth is, there's supposed to be an opportunity to build synergy
Yes.
between the daughter-in-law and the mother-in-law.
Yes.
That is what it should be. I feel like all these things can be handled if we are the kind of people that are ready to show respect where necessary.
Okay.
Mother-in-laws, respect your daughter-in-law. Daughter-in-laws, respect your mother-in-laws.
Yeah.
As the case may be, that is the truth. In your words, the kind of things we say sometimes, sometimes they are said carelessly.
Right.
You get me? Um, there's an opinion during marriage preparations. You say your opinion, and the last person you want to make a suggestion or an interference in your opinion is your mother-in-law or your
Yes.
daughter-in-law. You say it, and you're watching out for her to say something.
Yes.
And then when she says something, it becomes a problem because you're already expecting, you are ready to fight. But then, if there is respect in our words, in our actions, in the way we do things, in the way we communicate our feelings, it will be better from both ends.
Yeah.
It is, I always tell people, give it your all. Show respect, be as meek as possible, have a kind heart towards your in-laws. Let it be that if there is a problem from the other end and it causes a serious conflict, It wouldn't be you saying, ah, I wish I had done it this way. I wish I had said it this way. Maybe we won't have this problem. Give it your all so that when there is a problem, you won't be the one blaming an action that you did not take or you took,
Yeah.
or a word that you did not say or you said.
Yeah.
That is it. If we act like that in both ways, it is easier for us. Your daughter-in-law is not coming to take your son from you.
Right.
Your daughter-in-law is coming to help you take better care of your son
Yeah.
and help your son grow, build with your son to a point whereby taking care of you is stressless.
Yeah.
That is the aim of the daughter-in-law coming in. Your son is not going to run away. Okay, and your mother-in-law wants the best for her son. She might be selfish sometimes in her interest, but all she's trying to do is that these past 29 years, this past 30 years, this past 35 years, is the way I've been taking care of this boy. Oh. So be careful how you take care. I don't want him to sway away from
Yeah.
the values I have instilled in him. Oh. He should not get married and then he's now a different person. And so sometimes it might cause a little bit of interference to things. I am not saying mother-in-law should interfere. It is not a normal practice. They should allow their children. But when issues are brought or when they find something, maybe they might have come to say hello when a baby comes
Yeah.
or something when they are around, they are bound to say one or two things that looks a bit strange to them based on how they've taken care of their son.
Yes.
When these things are done, see it from the perspective of care. See that she's pointing out these things so because of the way she feels like things should be. If there is a change in our perspective, we know we always bring up this fact that as life goes and we get more civilized and we get more used to life as new things comes up, technology is increasing, civilization is increasing. There are some ideas that they have, our parents have, that will not really play
Yeah.
out presently in
Yeah. Yeah.
marriages and
Yeah.
relationships. And so we know, have it at the back of your mind. Let your reaction not be a reaction that will breed trouble.
Mm.
You know at the back of your mind that whatever she's saying is coming from a place of care.
Mm.
As long as she's not coming up front to you with fight. She made a comment, attend to the comment with a lot of grace and meekness. Be humble, be respectful. Okay? And that way you can avert problems that are supposed to come up. Another thing I think is very important is to set boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
In the home, it is important for us to set boundaries. When you're married, you should set boundaries on when your mother-in-law, father-in-law, your in-laws should visit,
Yeah.
how they should visit, how the visit should be, how you prepare everything. You and your partner should be on the same page on it.
Yeah.
That way, it is easier to deal with issues. In fact, that way, you don't even have to deal with issues when the right boundaries are set on the matter. The moment you're courting, the moment you're married, you guys should sit. It's the best to sit and discuss how things are done. In fact, during courtship, prick your partner's thoughts on this in-laws thing because it's part of the topics we should talk about before marriage because you need to know how your partner feels about your family.
Yeah.
And when we say these things, it helps us to build marriage in a way that there will be no issues. Set boundaries. It's important to set boundaries so how to show respect at every given time. It's also important that we show love. Love cannot be overemphasized. Someone does not need to love you back for you to show them love.
Mm.
As a Christian and as a godly person, love should be your lifestyle. Show love in all situations. Show love to your in laws. It is important. You can buy them gifts, visit them, spend some time with them when you can. Okay, don't be the kind of daughter in law that does not visit your in laws in a way of avoiding trouble. I know they go there, at least they not see me, they not go see the one where I do. so don't be that kind of daughter-in-law. Be the kind of daughter-in-law that, yes, you are around when you should be. Remember, I said set boundaries. But you're around when you should be. You get gifts when you should. You're able to communicate effectively with respect. That way, it helps us solve a lot of issues.
Okay, from my end, I would still expatiate on when you talked about boundaries. Boundaries are very important, and because a there's an issue that's trending right now on TikTok that a mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law had an issue,
Mhm.
and the mother-in-law slapped the pregnant wife, and the husband was just telling the wife, it's okay, it's okay, mom, it's okay, wife, it's okay, mom, it's okay, you know. And the woman kept saying, you watched your mother slapped me and I was pregnant. And the lady went out on social media showing her tummy, I'm pregnant, she hits me, she hits me. For me, when I saw that, it just reminded me when in the scripture when it said, are there no elders amongst you?
Mhm.
So your mother-in-law slaps you and you open, for me, I feel she opened the door for the devil. Why? Your mother-in-law slap you and the first thing to do is to carry a camera and go on TikTok live to tell the world. I don't think that's the right thing. If you want an evidence, you can keep an evidence to show your family or whatever you want to do with the evidence. But taking a video going on social media and at the end of it, she lost the child. And when I saw the whole dynamics surrounding the issue, I felt like you didn't have to go online. You didn't have to tell the world. It's like saying, come, oh, I'm inviting the whole world to, I felt that way. That are there no elders in your family? Are there no people that could, your parents, the man's parents, that could sit and iron whatever it is? Let both any party who is wrong should know that this thing he or she has done is wrong. And the other thing I saw was I saw a man who could not protect his wife. It
Oh.
wasn't a case of beat your mother, but it was a case of go inside, go inside. And a lot of comments I saw there was like, if the woman was wrong, the man would have not said it is okay, go inside. Maybe she wasn't wrong. I wasn't there. But the point I am saying is this daughter-in-law and mother-in-law crisis has been on for the longest time. And I am grateful because one of these days I hope my mother-in-law comes to worry. I'll definitely want to have, a podcast with her. And, you know, let her talk to, let's have a beautiful conversation because I remember vividly the first day I saw my mother-in-law that my husband was introducing her to me as his wife to be. She said to me, said, see, I've been looking for a daughter I know that will wear my clothes. I'll wear her clothes. We'll both jump on the bed. We'll be happy. I don't want, that's what she said to me. And it's funny how me and my mother-in-law can gossip my husband. We have such a very beautiful relationship. And for me, it's not just about me. It's about a standard that she has also given to me on how I should also treat my daughter-in-laws. So for me, when you are a Christian mother-in-law, a true Christian, not title, I'm talking about someone who has
Yeah.
experienced God, and you are a true daughter-in-law. Just that the same way a man knows his duty in a family and the woman knows her duty, the same way a daughter-in-law knows that, my duty to my mother-in-law is honor and love. And the mother-in-law knows that my duty to my daughter-in-law is love and unconditional love, like this one is my child. And for me, we are talking about mother-in-law, daughter-in-laws, also son-in-laws and father-in-laws, and a lot of, or even siblings-in-law. There are a lot of people that they can't visit their brother,
Mhm.
they can't visit their sisters, and we claim to be believers. No. The moment SC, let me tell you, it is better for you not to welcome somebody into your family than to welcome the person into your family and it's chaotic. especially for people who believes in who believes in family, who are family oriented. You know, and one of the things that just came to my mind is how father side in the history of relatives, father side has become that part of the family where people don't really relate. My father people people relate more with their mothers people. Even in prayer times, every power from your father's house. What is it about father's house? Because you can even tell that even relationships that people have with their cousins from their father's house most times are not as closely knitted like the ones from their
Mother's side.
mother's side. You know, and most times it could be from the mother who might suspect everybody from the father's side. There are a lot of chaotic things going on in families that makes
Mm.
me wonder that even as Christians, should it be so? Just the same way you mentioned, when I saw that video online, you needed to see a lot of single girls. Hey! One mother-in-law, one slap, wife, TV slap. And it makes me wonder that you've not even met the mother-in-law. So I'm saying the mother-in-law must be dead before I even get married. You've not. Why do you have a heart? Why have you built your heart? You know, there's a way you build your heart to love. I was listening to someone who said that she was she was dating a man, and before they even started dating,
Mm.
she told the man, "You have to. My pastor have to give you a go ahead for I'll date you." The pastor now took almost 7 to 8 months to give go ahead. Relationship now started. Let's go and marry. The mother-in-law now said never. The man was in Australia, she was in Nigeria, and it was like you've not even seen this girl. Why would you want to marry this girl? The woman said, I don't even want to see her. And so one day she just knew it was the Holy Spirit. She had the command and she traveled from her state to another state. And so they told her the church the woman would be. She now, hey God, I beg. She now left the hotel to the church the woman was supposed to be. The woman did not attend that church that day. The cousin now said she don't come this church. Right? Book another taxi, come meet us for the church. Like, my madam, like, what is say that man said, what is all this now in the name of love? She got there and the woman is like, you know, this kind of
Psychedelic.
psychedelic, powerful mother-in-law. The woman is like, oh, you are the one. Eh. You know, the woman showed dash enough shakara. Like the woman was questioning her, like, you know, the kind of question they will question you, even if you are looking for a job interview, say, to be a president's PA. They will not, the woman was given, like, at some point that she didn't know what she told the woman that if I don't love your son, you think I will come from my house
To
and
this place.
the woman I looked, you know, maybe the woman also wanted a lady who had some balls. Because she became frustrated. She was hungry. The woman who said she eat from a buffet. She said she did not eat because she was afraid. If I not eat like this, I would not be the problem. But she just said, no, 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 her eating style is so bad. She can't marry my son. So she was actually even know what to do. It was going to evening. The woman now said, follow me to my office. They now walked there till like 10 p.m. The man now said, would you want to come and stay at my place this night? He now said, okay, ma. Later, the man now said, I've kept some nightgowns for you. Thank you, ma. The next day, the man now said, hope your father will not stress us if he really wants to come and marry you. You know? She now said, no, ma. He will not. So the next day, the woman said, she now mistakenly said, thank you for accepting. The woman said, who accepted you? You know? But she said something that even now that they are married for years, there is something she has noticed, and which is the woman is not an easy person. She finds it difficult to even appreciate your effort.
Yeah.
But it is now easier for them because even the children knows this, that's so our mama character be. And I think sometimes we should look at, because if I should go back to when I started working my first year or second year, I had a very difficult boss. It was so bad that when we were about to, like, take people to different departments, I went to so sit on the altar and said, Father, I don't want to follow this woman to this. The woman still picked me and said, and left the other two staff. I was sad. Do you know the kind of a an office that Sunday afternoon to Monday you'll be sleeping after sleep, you have to be. Hello, which kind thing be where which kind work be this? But there was some the day things became easy for me
Mm.
was the day I realized that the way this woman treats me is the way she treats her husband on the phone. Oh. Her husband is a very popular rich man. It's the same way she talks to her children on phone. Oh. There was one time she said she would call boys, the boys would beat her first daughter. So it now made me realize that it is not about me.
Yes.
And that is what I think people should understand, whether you're a daughter-in-law, you're a son-in-law, try and know the person for who the person is and follow the person like that. Because if there is an in-law crisis, there is no way you can be happily married.
Yes.
It's going to affect you. There's going to be tension in the house.
Yes.
There's going to be issues because no matter how a man will love you, a man will not be happy for you to insult his mother.
Mm.
This is my mother. So for me, as I earlier said, my own, context will be it is wisdom that builds.
Yes.
Even if somebody is the worst person, there's a way you can actually live with that person, understand that person for who they are, and just walk with them peacefully.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say.
I am going to end by just pointing out some few points that
Okay.
I feel will help. We don't love because of something.
Okay.
We don't love because there's a way a person does something.
Yes.
As Christians, we love despite whatever it is that is in front
Exactly.
of us. So we should always love regardless. That is
Yes.
our duty as Christians. And as a daughter in law, a son in law, sister in law, brother in law, you need to love whoever you are accepting into your family, regardless of anything. If your brother has chosen a wife and you know that is the wife, he has told you that's the wife for him, love the person regardless of the character or the behavior of the person. Show
Yes.
meekness always. Another thing that is important is as couple, present a united front always. Always be on the same page.
That's it.
Present a united front. It is
Yes.
very important that we do that.
Yes.
Remember, men, and a man shall leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife.
Yes.
Now, wetin Bible talk with that? We are cleaving to our wives. Our priority should be the marriage. Be you a son-in-law, a daughter-in-law, let the priority be the
The
marriage.
marriage.
Keeping the marriage,
Yes.
presenting a united front, that whatever decision is taken together. When boundaries are broken and the limits of boundaries are broken, we are able to be firm in a polite way and
Yes.
set those boundaries again, and be able to express it when anyone is exceeding boundaries.
Yes.
So it is important that we keep these few points. Our in-laws are to be loved.
Yes.
Our in-laws are to be loved, but then our marriages are to be prioritized.
Yes.
It is very important. So I want to thank you guys
Thank you
for
all
joining
for joining
us
us today. We had
today.
a beautiful time.
Yeah.
And just as some people will say that even if you have to put them with the devil, they'll still have a way, of living with the devil. It's important that we prioritize peace because it's only where there is peace that there can be growth. It's only where there is peace that there can be, prosperity and it's not chaotic. And then lastly, I would have asked this as a question, but I would leave it for the audience. Maybe you could drop it as a comment, and your comment will determine if it will be a topic we will take. It is, can you marry a man whose family does not accept you?
Wow. I think
Um,
maybe that will be a topic.
yeah, you know,
But let's hear from
would like to
everyone.
hear because I've had people say, "Oh, it is me and my partner," but along the line in the marriage, that family matters. That's what I think. What do
Mm.
you think? Can you marry a man whose family, or can you marry a woman whose family does not accept you? So bye for now. We'll see
All
you
right.
guys
Bye. See you
when?
next week.
Next week.
Next week. Yeah.
Bye.